They danced under lights and learned to fight in the dark. Rumi grew up with salt on her skin and music in her ears. Her town was small, a place where the sea kept its secrets and the nights felt larger than the day. As a child, she watched the stage lights from the pier, dreaming of crowds and songs. But she learned early that the world could change in one night. When she was 14, a storm pulled something strange to shore. A small charm wrapped in black thread, half buried in seaweed. She kept that charm like a secret talisman, slipping it into her pocket before auditions and rehearsals. People called her quiet, but Rumi was always watching how shadows moved under the boards, how faces looked different in the dark. Her mother worked 2 jobs, and Rumi learned to take care of herself and to hold back pain so others would not worry. One winter night, after a late rehearsal, she saw a shape near the old lighthouse. It moved wrong, like a person made of waves and glass. When it turned toward her, something cold pressed at the back of her neck. Rumi did not run. She remembered the charm and the story her grandmother told about things that feed on noise and light. Rumi struck first with a broken mic stand, not because she wanted to fight, but because someone on the pier, a boy from her class, screamed and froze. She hit the shape hard enough to break its skin and break the spell that held the boy. The noise called others, and for the first time Rumi heard the shudder of something that did not belong. After that night, she could not be the same. The boy never spoke of what happened. The town pretended the storm had washed up only driftwood. Rumi learned to keep the charm hidden and to hide the marks on her hands. She kept practicing dance moves and stage smiles because her dream never died, but she also learned how to move like a hunter, how to read a room, how to make light and shadow fight each other, how to make music cover a breath so it could not be heard until it was too late. Her heart grew careful, and her trust grew small. When she moved to the city to try for training and chance, she packed the charm in a small box and put it under her pillow. There, in the dormitory halls and late-night practice rooms, Rumi watched other girls with different secrets. She felt both drawn to them and afraid to join them, because she had already felt what hiding a danger did to a person. The charm pulsed like a memory whenever she saw a burned poster or a torn photograph. Once, during a blackout at a rehearsal, Rumi found herself back on the pier in her head, the smell of salt so strong she could almost taste it. She used that memory as strength, but also as a warning. Lights could fail, and the music could stop. That fear made her careful on and off stage. A small notebook she kept filled with short notes, names, times, odd sounds, small sketches of symbols she thought might match the charm. She did not know then that the symbol was older than her town, or that it had been seen in places far from her coast. She did know the way a secret could pull at the edges of a life until the whole fabric frayed. One winter, a letter arrived with no return name, a single sentence inside. "We remember the night the shore gave you a piece of the dark." Rumi folded the paper and put it with the charm. She did not tell anyone. That night taught her to listen for the small things, a cough, a rhythm out of place, a throat that swallowed too fast. It taught her to move in silence when she needed to. Years later, when the first hints of a larger hunt began and strange things appeared near music halls and after parties, Rumi already had a map in her head built from broken nights and patched up courage. She would step into danger while the world applauded, and she would hold her silence like a shield. But the charm, the boy on the pier, and the letter stayed with her like a question with no answer. They made her promise, to herself first,